Damn dirty. Yo dudes, it's Blake from Grit Knuckles Lacrosse. On this week's Fogo Friday, we are going over my updated stringing pattern for the STX Duel. Sorry if my hood is throwing you off. It is currently 29 degrees in Philadelphia, and I'm from Florida, and I'm not liking the weather whatsoever. And happy early Veterans Day. Thank you to all those veterans who have fought and served for this country. It means a lot to us. The reason why I am making this video is because my last stringing pattern was actually illegal. You cannot have two sidewall strings on one sidewall. But if you did like that pattern before, you can always use one big string and just loop it like the letter N. And you can do the same exact string pattern with just one string. However, I think I found the best possible string job for any face-off head. Shout out to Sesh Strings on Instagram. He's the guy that allowed me to use his stringing pattern on my updated Under Armour Command X. So shout out to him. Great stringer. I'm using this pattern on all my heads, and what I'm going to do today is show you how to string it in an STX Duel. The good thing about this string job is you can style it to your personal liking. There are going to be a few staples that you need to have in the pocket, but that will be covered later on in the video. This will be number 1 to the new video series on my updated stringing patterns for my face-off heads. So before we jump into the stringing pattern, we have to address the cons of the STX Duel. And when I mean cons, I mean the style of warping and the kinds of cracks you get throughout the head. The good thing about the STX Duel is that I personally have never had a cracked STX Duel. I've heard from multiple different sources that they have yet to crack theirs. The only problem that the Duel has is that it warps pretty quick right in the middle of the head. So that being said, this pocket must have the knots to the outside of the head to prevent the ball from getting stuck in the back of the stick. And since this head sidewall holes do not crack at all, we can use any of the sidewall holes that we'd like. But enough of the talk, let's get started. Materials you'll need is obviously your Duel, any piece of mesh, which that is another thing that is so great about this stringing style. You don't have to use a specific piece of mesh. It can be as thick or thin as you want. And you'll need 2 sidewall strings, 1 for each side. In this video, I chose cross lace because I just like cross lace better because it's thinner. Okay, so we have our Duel, we have our 9-diamond top string in place, and I also have my bottom string already tied off just from the previous pocket. So what we're going to do first is we're going to come through the second hole in the head, and we're just going to lock off the first diamond. Just like that. And since this head gets pretty pinched pretty quick, I'm not going for a super defined channel. I kind of like a boat pocket where the channel's not super defined, just kind of big and baggy. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to SI on the second 10-diamond row, and I'm skipping this hole, and I'm coming through this one. Just like that. We're going to do the same exact thing. We're going to skip our next sidewall hole and end up coming through this one instead. Once again, another SI. Just like that. Then we're going to do the same exact thing, except we're not skipping any sidewall holes. We're going to come through this next sidewall hole right here. Once again, another SI. Okay, so that's pretty much the staple to the pocket. If you like a tighter channel, you can always adjust these knots to make it tighter. But this is pretty much where I start my pocket now, and this is where it gets different. So what I'm going to do now is, instead of wrapping the knot on this side of the sidewall, we're going to wrap it on this side. So I'm just going to walk through this real quick. I'm going to single up through the next 10 diamond. Okay, and then what I'm going to do here is I'm going through the next sidewall hole, but I'm going here first. And I'm coming through the inside of the next sidewall hole. Just like that. So from the inside, that knot should look like this. And the outside, the knot should look like this. So I'm going to do the same exact knot, except I'm going to double up instead of single up. So I'm coming up through both 10 diamond rows. And then I'm going to do the same exact thing before. Come around here and pull that tight. Once again, the inside of the head should be like this, and the outside should look just like this. Okay, so now I'm going to do the same exact thing, except I'm going to do a single up. So I'm coming up through the next 10 diamond row. And then I'm finishing through the outside of the head. Just like that. Make sure you're pulling these down real tight. Okay, for our next knot, I'm going to do another single up. And doing that same wraparound pattern. And there it is. Quick reminder, inside of the head, outside the head. Okay, so we are now down to our very last sidewall hole, which is down here. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go through the top of the next 10 diamond row, just like that. And I'm going to come through the last sidewall hole. So now the string is on the inside of the head, down there. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to come through this first bottom string hole. Once I come through there, I'm just going to knot it off, and that'll be it for your sidewall. So this is what the job should look like once you're done. Inside the head should look like this. And now I'm going to go ahead and string the other side for you. So this is the finished product with the updated stringing pattern. About a mid-pocket. Channel's decent. Not super defined, but not too baggy. And the good thing is the knots stay to the outside of the head. They will never ever shift to the inside, which lowers the chances of the ball getting stuck. There you have it. And this is on a pretty beat up duel too. So it's not going to be picture perfect, but I think it turned out pretty good. And that wraps up for this week's Fogo Friday. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any questions on how I strung the STX Duel or any general questions, please leave them in the comment section below. And if you have any future video ideas on what our next Fogo Friday should be, go ahead and leave them down there as well. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Check us out on Instagram at Green Knuckles Lacrosse. And in one of our previous videos, I did mention that we are coming out with merchandise, so it would be great if you guys can leave some suggestions on what we should create. That'd be deeply appreciated. And continue to keep giving us heads to review for Faceoffs. You guys are doing an absolutely phenomenal job on giving us heads to review. Our list went from about 5 or 6 heads left to probably 20 now. So if you're interested in seeing any sort of head being used as a face-off head, go ahead and let us know in the comment section. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys next week. Till then, kids, get them dirty.